What's up, movie people? Hope you're all doing well. The Emmys are just a couple days away, so in today's video, I'm going to give you my winner predictions for the main categories. Before we get started, make sure to leave a like because it does help out a lot and it's free to do so. But let's start out with Outstanding Drama Series, and right here, I think it's basically between two shows, maybe three shows if we're being generous. I'd say if we're talking about three shows, it's either Andor, Severance, or The Pit, but I'm really honestly just think it's between Severance or The Pit. And right here, Severance, I still think is my second favorite show of the year, with Andor being on top because I love Star Wars. And The Pit, I've only seen a couple episodes. I think it's great. I've heard that it's an amazing series from start to finish. I'm gonna have to watch it all someday. But yeah, I think that The Pit will have more opportunities to come. Severance, though, I think that season two was just an all-timer for shows in general, seasons of shows in general. So I'm gonna say that Severance is going to take it for drama series. Now we got comedy series. I mean, this is a gimme in my opinion for the studio. It's an outstanding show. Each and every one of those episodes was terrific. There's some great oneers in those episodes. One of the episodes literally is a oneer. I think that was episode 2 itself. Seth Rogen, man, he did such a fantastic job in that show. Hopefully we do get season 2 pretty quick, because I know The Pit has season 2 coming out just next year, so that's crazy for that show. But yeah, I think it is a studio taking this. If it was another one, maybe be the Hacks or the Bear, but I think it's honestly easily going to be the studio right there. Now we have Outstanding Limited or Anthology Series. It's probably going to be Adolescence, maybe The Penguin. I mean, The Penguin is amazing, but Adolescence was like a huge show in general for Netflix and all that. It's one of their biggest shows of all time. It's great. I think the main attraction of that show was that each of the episodes was a complete oneer, which is insane to think about. I really enjoyed that show. I didn't think it was as good as The Penguin, but I still think it is probably going to win over The Penguin. Now we have Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series, and it's going to be between Adam Scott or Noah Weil for The Pit and Severance. This has been one that's been in my mind for a long time. Which one will win here? This is probably the biggest competition because, as I said, I think Severance will win over The Pit in a pretty decent margin, even though I think, those are the two top shows. I think Severance will take that. Right here, I think this will be a much closer vote because Noah Weil, he's been so great, in the other show. Well, I think it was ER that he was in. Now he's in, The Pit. Adam Scott, though, I think I'm gonna go with Adam Scott. I mean, he played two separate characters, basically his innie and his outie, in that one of the episodes. I think maybe it was the finale or the one before the finale. He was talking to himself for like half the episode. Great performance right there. So I'm gonna go with Adam Scott for Severance. Lead actress in a drama series, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Britt Lauer for Severance, but Kathy Bates for Matlock wouldn't surprise me if she'd win that. It wouldn't be my choice as I haven't seen the show. It's a CBS show. I'm not really in on the CBS shows nowadays, but Kathy Bates is very beloved in this industry. But I'm still going to go for Britt Lauer for Severance. Now I have Outstanding Lead in a Comedy Series. I'm probably going to go for Seth Rogen here. I love Jason Segel to win for Shrinking. That's one of my favorite shows. Season 2 was amazing. Season 1, outstanding. I love that show. But I'm going to go with Seth Rogen for the studio because the studio is also going to win for comedy series. Now for lead actress in a comedy series. This one I'm not too sure about. I see it going between three people: Quinta Brunson, Iowa Debris, or Jean Smart. Jean Smart's won a lot for this. So has, Quinta. I'm not sure if Iowa's won. I think she's won once for this. And I'm not even sure which season they're even talking about. I don't think this is the last. I think this is the season before the last season we had this year. So I might just play it safe and say Gene Smart, even though I really have no idea he's going to take that. And outstanding lead actor, we got the limited stuff now. This one, for me, would probably be Colin Farrell or maybe Stephen Graham for Adolescence. I don't know. I don't know if he's as beloved right now as Colin Farrell for the Penguin. Jake Gyllenhaal would be my vote, though. I love Jake Gyllenhaal and Presumed Innocent. I think that show's still really underrated. Not a lot of people have watched it. But I'm going to go with Colin Farrell for the Penguin. Pretty safe choice there. But I could see Stephen Graham taking that. Now lead actress in the limited series. This one, I'm going to go for Kristen Milioti for the Penguin. She's been taking a lot of the awards. I think that she did such a great job. And I just don't see anyone else in that category really, standing out. I mean, Kate Blanchett for Disclaimer. Sure, Kate Blanchett's amazing, but who the hell watched Disclaimer? No one. So I'm gonna go with Kristen Milioti for the Penguin. Now for supporting actor in the drama series, right here you have just a lot of nominations. I'm gonna say it. That's a lot of nominations right there. It's gonna be Severance, a White Lotus People, or a Paradise Person. James Marsden for Paradise, that's a really cool nomination, as I've said before. But come on, I mean, if it's not Tremel Tillman, then I think we got a serious issue in the voting, lineup here. Because if it's not him, then I think a lot of people voting are just purely racist, because he's easily giving the best performance in this category. I know there's some other Severance people here, but he was just off the charts in that season. So Tremel Tillman going for that. Supporting actors in the drama series. I'm kind of torn on who I'm going to pick here. We have a lot of White Lotus people, so maybe one of them. Patricia Arquette for Severance. I mean, she was fine in the new season. I didn't really like her part of the story. Carrie Coon, the White Lotus. I'm not too sure who that is from the pit right there, because I've only watched like the first couple episodes, so I didn't really remember too many of those characters. This one's actually kind of hard for me. I'd want to choose Parker Posey for the White Lotus just because her accent. I thought she was really funny. Amy Lou Wood, though, I thought she was pretty outstanding in the White Lotus. I'm probably going to go for a White Lotus person here, and I'm probably going to go with Amy Lou Wood. I know that's a very controversial choice, but I just don't see a clear standout in that category. Now for supporting actor in a comedy series, I'm between two people in this category, either Harrison Ford for Shrinking, or of course Evan Moss Baccarat for The Bear. Harrison Ford, he's just been putting in so much hard work on Shrinking. It is really, really great what he's doing. It's a very emotional performance too, because his character is dealing with some very hard stuff. Evan Moss Baccarat, though, for The Bear, he's terrific. I'm pretty sure he's already won an Emmy. So right here, I'm honestly gonna go for Harrison Ford. I think that Shrinking still hasn't gotten the awards that it deserves, and maybe this time he'll win for this. I really hope he does. Now, supporting actors in a comedy series, we have because we have a lot of people in this category. So from many different shows, we have The Bear, Hacks, The Studio, Abbott Elementary, and Shrinking. And I'm honestly convinced that Hannah Einbender will take it again. But Lisa Colon Azayas from The Bear, if I'm pretty sure this is her season when she had that standout episode, I'm honestly pretty sure that she's going to take it here. Hannah Einbender, though, she's very good on Hacks, but I'm going to go with Lisa Colonzales for The Bear. Now for our last two categories, we'll be talking about the supporting actor and actress for the limited or anthology series and movie. And honestly, these last two categories I'm not too confident on, because these are some characters that I don't remember from any of these shows. I mean, for supporting actor, I know Owen Cooper from Adolescence, and of course, Peter Sarsgaard, Javier Bardem. I didn't watch that monster show. I didn't really care about that. But for this one, it has to be Owen Cooper for Adolescence. I mean, he's the main part about that show. I was surprised when the nominations came out that he was the supporting actor, because he's literally the main kid. I guess it's basically about Stephen Graham at that point. I don't really know, but if Owen Cooper doesn't win, then that's crazy. I mean, that's the obvious choice here. Who else would win? And maybe Javier Bardem, but I just don't think that. I think Owen Cooper just brought an amazing performance. He's the youngest person in this category, and I think he's probably one of the youngest people nominated for an Emmy at this point. I forget how young he is. I think he's a teenager still, but he was terrific. If you need one person to watch the show for, that's Owen Cooper. He did a terrific job, so I'm going to go for him in that category. Now our last category for supporting actress. This is also one where I am just not sure, because the people from Adolescence in this category, their characters aren't coming to my head. These people, I'm honestly not remembering one of them. One of them might be the person that Owen Cooper had to act against, like that therapist person in that one episode. That might be her. Ruth from Presumed Innocent, she was great. I don't see her winning for that. The monster person, not too sure who she is. Dying for Sex, haven't seen that show. The Penguin, though, I have seen that show. And this is who played Oz's mom. I'm pretty sure that's who she is, Deidre O'Connell. I thought she was particularly fantastic in her episodes, especially she was acting opposite Colin Farrell and as the Penguin. You know, it's some very heartbreaking scenes between them. I really think that she kind of has that in the bag here. It'd be a great win for her. But as I said before, this category is kind of up in the air for me. But I'm gonna go for her for the Penguin. I think that she's basically the strongest in my eyes, even though I haven't seen a couple of these performances. But I'm gonna go for her for the Penguin. So that's all my final Emmy winner predictions. I'm not too confident on this year because there's a lot on this list that I haven't seen, but 80% of it I have seen. But it's going to be really interesting to see, some big showdowns like the Pit versus Severance, the Studio, how many Emmys will it win, and some of these supporting actor things are pretty close to call, I'd say, especially for the White Lotus one. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Leave your own predictions down below if you had them. I'd love to see some different ones down there. But also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. But I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.